What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I did actually want to make a video on this today because it turns out on Unbound that, well, we are now going to be getting the Ultimate Collection upgrade. Now, a few things I did want to talk about with this. So first things first, though, if you are wondering about it, yes, this is going to be an upgrade on the edition that you already have on the game. So if you actually do not have the game, I notice you can get the entire thing for 85 bucks. Which, to be honest, what I would recommend doing, though, is waiting for the game itself to go on sale. Then, yeah, you could probably pick it up after that and then get the upgrade thing for 15 bucks. I would actually recommend not spending $85 on the entire collection edition and most likely wait for the actual collection upgrade. That is going to run you around $15, guys, for that, which is absolutely insane. Now, when I first was looking at this, someone also messaged me on Discord about it, and I was like, wait, what? I legit checked the store, guys. It turns out you legit can get the Ultimate Collection Edition of Need for Speed Unbound for literally $15. Now, a lot of people might be like, well, what do you get with it? Turns out, man, literally everything. I'm not even kidding. Basically every single update for the most part. Now, one thing I was thinking about with this, though, is probably down to the fact that the game is probably ending, or at least they're ending it. That is probably the only reason why I would think they would probably do something like this. Now, with this collection upgrade, though, it is going to have a ton of items in it, so I figured I would probably go over it the quicker way. That way I'm not wasting everyone's time or making this incredibly long. So you're basically going to get the catch-up and the customs pack for Volume 3, Volume 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if you did end up missing some of the earlier volumes, you can now get all of the stuff from those, including the cars and all that, which is pretty dang awesome. For Volumes 6, 7, and 8, though, you're also going to get the Speed Pass content that was in them. That is, of course, going to be the catch-up pack similar to the other volumes, so it's basically the exact same thing. You're also going to be getting the Premium Speed Pass for Volume 8, and you're also going to be getting the Volume 9 Premium Speed Pass when it does actually release. Which is actually insane to me, though, because we all do know it's not currently out yet, and I would probably say a lot of players are like, yo, wait a second. So for $15, I can actually upgrade and get every single volume and basically the catch-up packs, including the newest Speed Pass coming out, bro. That's so dang cheap, my goodness. Like, if you guys actually wanted Need for Speed Unbound, this is definitely the time to do it. Get all the upgrades and everything for every single volume that came out. And this is also kind of why I think the entire game is most likely ending. This is legitimately $15. They even threw in the Volume 9 thing in there. That is also going to have the actual Speed Pass in that when it does release. That's going to be kind of surprising. Now, who knows? Maybe I could be wrong on this. Like, we might get an entire year 2 of updates, or is it year 3 of updates? Man, time goes quick. But either way, though, I would be very surprised if they actually updated the game the entire year. The reason for that is we all do know Battlefield is coming out next year, so maybe they're actually putting everybody on that game to make sure it's completely the best it can be. The last thing in this, though, is going to be the keys to the map, which I would say most players probably don't care too much for. But then again, though, if you are going to be a newer player, having the keys to the map might actually be fairly useful. Now, one thing I do want to mention here, though, is if you are wondering, guys, getting the catch-up packs and all that with all the stuff in them, do keep in mind all of those catch-up packs with all the cars, all the items and all that are also going to be in multiplayer. What I'm saying with that is, if you actually get on multiplayer, all the cars are going to be unlocked automatically. So that does mean if you did not have a lot of cars in multiplayer before, if you actually buy the upgraded pack, you are legitimately going to have all of them, which I would say right there alone is probably going to be like, what, 20 vehicles maybe from every single volume? Something like that with like all these special editions. Might even be more, actually. It might be like maybe 25. Some passes had 4 cars in them, something like that. There's probably about 5 or 6 volumes. Yeah, man, there's probably like 25 to 30 cars there that you are legit going to have online. So that's pretty dang dope. I would say a lot of people, again, I do understand that Unbound isn't the best game out there. This game is definitely going to have a lot of hate behind it, but even then, guys, I would actually say it's still going to have one of the funnest multiplayers out there. Have to admit it. There's a ton of different races to do. The playlist design's awesome. The link up stuff online is going to be incredibly fun to do, so I have to give credit where it's due. If you actually want to get on multiplayer and do all kinds of races, different stuff with your friends, this can actually be a really good game to get, especially if you were on the fence about it with how the game was before, with every single update in it. I actually feel like it would be pretty dang solid, even though at this point, well, again, the game is probably going to be ending, which I kind of think is a bit sad, but at the same time, I kind of get it. I mean, Battlefield's coming. Hopefully, we're going to get a new Need for Speed game in 2026. At least I think everyone's hoping for it because everyone's like, okay, we're getting a Battlefield game, which I'm honestly excited for. But at the same time, man, I kind of hope Need for Speed actually bounces back in a couple of years. Feel like everybody probably wants that. But overall, though, guys, definitely go after this. If you do have the game, I would recommend getting this upgrade. $15, man, you're getting legit Volume 3 to Volume 8, all the catch-up packs in those. That is a lot of cars, a lot of content you'll have on single player on top of multiplayer. And the best part about that, though, is you're also getting the newest Season Pass that is coming in the last Volume 9 update. I feel like that's probably one of the craziest deals we have legitimately ever seen. And what's funny about this, though, is I feel like this is probably going to be the equivalent or insanely close to the Crew 2 deal we actually had a while ago. That entire game was $1. Now we're also going to be getting Unbound legit every single update in it, which is crazy, bro, for 15 bucks. Again, guys, I want to mention this just in case you actually might have been wondering about it. You are legitimately going to get around 30 plus vehicles for free because you get all the catch-up packs from it. You're also going to be getting the current pass in the game if you don't have it already, which is Volume 8. And you're also going to get the Volume 9 pass on top of that one when it does actually come out. And what's also really cool, though, is if you did end up getting the volumes when they did end up coming out, like let's say you already have the cars from packs 3, 4, and 5 or something, you're actually going to get money back for the vehicles you already own. Somebody on Discord said they got over $3 million for cars they already had. Like, that's crazy, bro. You're talking about free money if you have the cars already, and you are also going to be getting free cars in multiplayer and single player. I really do see this as a huge win. Do let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Do you guys think Need for Speed Unbound is officially ending? To be honest, looking at something like this pack coming out, I would probably say that, well, they most likely have plans for something because it's pretty dang cheap to get everything on top of the pack that has not even come out yet. So I would probably say that, yeah, it is probably the end of the road for Need for Speed Unbound. Who knows what they're actually going to have in store? Maybe next year we might get some remasters? At least I think we can dream about them a little bit. Most Wanted '05 maybe, Need for Speed The Run, Most Wanted 2012. I mean, hey, at least we can actually dream. Maybe one game might actually get remastered. Who knows? And also what's insane about this is again $15 for the collection upgrade. If you guys wanted to buy everything separated, someone found out it would be $120. Think about that for a second, man. That's absolutely insane. But again, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Are you planning on playing Unbound? Are you going to get it now that this entire collection thing is actually out? I feel like this might actually bring a lot more players into the game after everything that has happened earlier on when the game did end up releasing around a few years ago.